The man was laughing while leaves kept spraying out of his mouth. He covered his mouth in fear, but the leaves just kept coming out. It turned out that the man's life was closely connected to the tree. Now, every word he spoke caused a leaf to fall, and if all the leaves fell, the man would die. The man was a liar. He would even lie to buy a cup of coffee. One day, he planned to deceive a master and, if successful, he would get $5 million. However, as he lied to the master, his hand was pricked by a tree in the yard, but he didn't pay attention. Finally, the man tricked the master into signing the agreement, and he was very happy. But that night, the tree suddenly appeared in the man's yard. The next day, his assistant told him that the master had broken the agreement. So the man angrily invited the master to his home. The master just looked at the tree and told the man that this was punishment for his lying and cheating. The man tried to chop down the tree with an axe, but it didn't work, and he found that he had scars on his waist that looked just like the tree. The man dared not speak anymore. He tried to communicate in writing, but leaves still fell when he wrote. He even gestured, and leaves fell again. He couldn't communicate with his clients, so he had to ask his assistant to meet them. But the assistant angered the clients, and the man was fired by his boss. That night, his wife left him because he couldn't speak. The helpless man decided to give food to the poor, but it didn't help. So he donated some money and his expensive watch, but still, nothing changed. He threw a bottle at the tree and hurt himself. The angry man began to curse, and the leaves on the tree kept falling. The assistant tried to make the man stop talking, but he just talked more and more. The assistant was so worried that he had to knock the man unconscious and tape his mouth shut. The next morning, the man saw that there were only a few leaves left on the tree. He knew he was going to die soon, so he decided to say these last few words to the people who mattered. First, he knocked on his wife's door and spoke to her for the last time. Then he turned around and went to the cafe to find his friend, giving him a limited edition record. After that, the man went to the parking lot, encouraged his fan, and handed him a check. Finally, he went to the nursing home, where his mother asked him to forgive his father. He kissed his mother's forehead and then went to his father's grave, speaking his last words to the tomb. As the last 3 leaves fell, the man collapsed. But then his assistant called him and said that the tree was suddenly full of flowers and leaves, and the man began a new life.